Playhouse Y94, where it is a flush the format Friday, but it's also kind of an Usher the format Friday. Plenty of Usher. Yeah, plenty of T-Swift today as well in Flush Format Friday. But your requests all morning long at 237 hits, text 35270. Same numbers. We got some thoughts for Bailey here in a round of textual healing on the 194 Morning Playhouse. She says, here's a weird one. I agreed to go out with a guy next week that I met on Tinder for drinks. And I didn't put it together until after the fact that the day he chose was Wednesday, which I did think was weird, but I agreed. He chose Valentine's Day. Is it a good idea to go on a first date on Valentine's Day, or is that way too much pressure? So if you had that realization where oh my God, he chose Valentine's Day, somebody swiping on Tinder, would you go, or would you be like, should we do a different day?
I kind of like it because if it works out, Valentine's Day will be so special for you guys.
I guess. Here's the thing. It's a Wednesday. It's Valentine's Day. It probably will be a little busy everywhere you go, but it doesn't sound like he had other plans, right? You kind of forgot it was even Valentine's Day. It's kind of a fun surprise. You have a Valentine, I guess.
That's what I think. It could work out amazing if this relationship works out for you guys. Valentine's Day will always be so special for you. And if it doesn't, well, then you could be like, guess what? I had a first date on Valentine's Day. And then you got a good story.
Never mind that it's Valentine's Day, but I actually kind of thought that a Wednesday, I don't actually hate the idea of meeting somebody for a drink or two on a Wednesday because it's so low pressure, too, because you can be like, well, I got to get up for work in the morning. Even on Valentine's Day, where a person can try to be a little presumptuous and he might be laying it on a little bit, you can pretty easily be like, well, I got to go. I got to get up tomorrow morning.
That is true. Weeknight, so you have a way of getting out of there.
9:30. I better get to sleep now, I guess. Are we seeing some text for Bailey? First date on Valentine's Day? People liking it or not really?
Someone said, I don't see an issue with going on your first date on Valentine's Day. However, like Zero said, it could be really busy. Someone else said, I would avoid any restaurants that day. It's going to be packed. Maybe you should just go out this weekend. Maybe go grab a beer or a coffee. Then you guys can go from there.
What do you think about her having her first date with this guy on Valentine's Day? That's today's textual healing. 237, it's text 35270.
The number one hit music station. Y94.
It's Playhouse Y94. This Flush the Format Friday in the middle of textual healing for Playhouse family member Bailey, who's wondering if it's a really bad idea to go on a first date on Valentine's Day with a guy she met on Tinder. She didn't realize until she had or agreed already that was Valentine's Day.
Yeah, a couple years ago, I thought I might give this a try, and this guy that I've been talking to online said, hey, let's go out for the first time on Valentine's Day. And it was so awkward and so crowded, and it didn't end up working out. And it's if we had just waited until a normal day, maybe it would have worked out much better.
Okay, so you would have preferred you did not go on Valentine's Day. I like that. I mean, if you weren't expecting to have Valentine's Day, it's kind of a nice surprise. If the guy's really smooth, he's going to show up with maybe some flowers and chocolate and stuff, so you're getting spoiled in a way maybe you weren't expecting. I don't hate it, actually.
That's what I wonder, if he knows it's Valentine's Day or if he was just Wednesday, that's the day that works for us.
Can you imagine if you had no idea and you were like, oh, crap, I asked her out on Valentine's Day?
I wonder if he knows.
Probably.
In the text club, someone did have a first date on Valentine's Day. I had my first date with my ex on Valentine's Day. We're from a small town, so everyone in the bar was putting way more pressure on us and making it a big deal, more than even we were. Someone else, though, said, I can't think of a better way to spend Valentine's Day than on a first date.
And what do you think of first date on Valentine's Day? Yay, nay, somewhere in the middle?
Well, to me, it was probably a life-changing, the best idea I ever had. My first date was on Valentine's Day last year. This is emotional, and we're engaged now.
All right, so obviously in your case it worked out okay.
Yes. Yeah, so we're engaged. It was, I don't know, Valentine's Day is magical, and I really believe that had something to do with it. And I love him, and I don't know, maybe it was something in the air that day, but it's amazing. I don't know what else to say.
It almost seems like it being on Valentine's Day made that first date even better for you, made it a better experience.
It did. It really did, yes.
Was it just kind of a family restaurant? You guys go something extra nice, or?
I don't know if I can say it, but it was a casual, like a $25 meal, but it didn't matter. You could feel Valentine's Day. You could feel it. And the fact is that he asked me to go out on Valentine's Day. You know what I mean? He didn't ask me to go out the next day because we met online. The fact is, from talking to him, like 3 or 4 times. He asked me to go on a woman besides our wedding day, Valentine's Day. To most women, is the most important day of the year. The fact that he thought highly of me and liked me enough to ask me on Valentine's Day was just amazing, and it just worked out wonderfully.
Well, see, now you've sold me on it entirely. I already didn't hate the idea. Now I really like the idea of a first date on Valentine's Day. Because if it works out, like you were saying, Amy, now you got this extra special day where a lot of people are like, yeah, Valentine's Day, stupid.
Yeah.
You'd be like, that was our first date.
I love it. It seems like just like a movie kind of a love story like that.
They should make a movie called Valentine's Day where it follows a bunch of couples on Valentine's Day. I
A
think
bunch
that'd
of
be
different couples.
Yeah, but it'd have to be a lot of different couples. And I think you could do that for like a lot of holidays. You could do that for like New Year's and God knows what else.
You should write a movie about it.
I'm going to try to pitch that actually.